Every day, the average person drifts through distraction, overwhelmed by noise, notifications, and meaningless tasks. But the world's most successful people, CEOs, innovators, athletes, creators, don't think like that. They don't chase problems. They don't follow fleeting trends. They have a mental framework, a disciplined way of thinking that solves problems faster, focuses deeper, and achieves more. And today, you're going to learn it. Every thought, every habit, every decision that keeps the average person stuck can be transformed. If you listen closely, if you take it seriously, your mind will start to think differently. This is your blueprint. This is your edge. This is why successful people think differently. Chapter 1. Stop reacting and start commanding. Most people live their lives on autopilot. They respond to the world. They react to notifications. They react to opinions. They react to fear. They react to emotion. Reaction is the default. Reaction is weakness. Reaction is surrender. You're not here to react. You are here to command. Your first task is to identify when you are reactive. Notice the moments you feel pulled in by outside stimuli. A message flashes. You check it immediately. An email arrives. You respond without thinking. Someone criticizes you. You defend. Someone praises you. You adjust. These are moments of reaction. They seem small, but they accumulate. They erode clarity. They erode control. High performers do not react. They respond. There is a difference. Reaction is impulsive. Response is deliberate. Reaction is emotional. Response is rational. Reaction is surrender. Response is authority. Here is the rule. React less. Decide more. Say it. Repeat it. Let it sink into your system. Every time you feel the pull to react, pause. That pause is the space where you reclaim control. That pause is where you separate the ordinary from the exceptional. That pause is where you command. Now, recognize the triggers. Triggers are not the enemy. Your response to triggers is. Identify what pulls you into reaction. It could be social media. It could be an angry email. It could be the tone of a colleague. Map the triggers. Write them down. Record them. That is your first system. A system for awareness. Awareness is the foundation. Without it, you remain reactive. Next, design your response. You have a choice. Every time you feel reactive energy, decide before you act. Not after. Decide deliberately. Decide strategically. Decide as a commander, not as a pawn. Commanding your mind requires commanding your day. Your mental energy is finite, is not unlimited. Treat it as a resource. Schedule it. Prioritize it. Protect it. This is not theory. This is practice. Jeff Bezos, one of the most consistently high-performing leaders of our time, uses what he calls high-quality, deliberate decisions. He does not respond to every issue. He does not attend to every problem. He does not react to every meeting request. He filters. He prioritizes. He decides what deserves his energy and what is not. That is the key. Here is the rule. Decide what is worth your attention before the world decides it for you. Write down the 3 most critical tasks each morning. Schedule uninterrupted blocks of time for them. Guard them. Defend them. No distraction. No deviation. This is your system. The system ensures focus. Focus produces results. Results reinforce control. Commanding your day also means controlling your energy, not just your schedule. Your mind fluctuates. Energy is highest at certain hours. Identify them. Protect them. Execute your most demanding mental work during those hours. Lower value tasks go elsewhere. Meetings, emails, passive scrolling. These are distractions. They are traps. You have a choice. Decide deliberately. Guard your energy. Commanding your day is not about perfection. It is about structure. It is about rules. The rules are simple. Define priorities. Allocate attention. Defend your schedule. Reject what does not serve your objectives. Execute what matters. Repetition creates habit. Habit creates authority over your mind. Commanding your day is incomplete without commanding your mind. Your mind is a machine. It will run on default settings unless you intervene. Interrupt automatic thought patterns. Install deliberate mental checkpoints. This is non-negotiable. Begin with micro-pauses. Before reacting to any stimulus, pause. 2, 3, 5 seconds. In those seconds, breathe, observe, decide. This small act rewires the brain. It conditions the mind to act from authority, not impulse. Repeat. Command your mind before it commands you. Next, practice micro-reflection. At several points in your day, check your mental state. Ask, am I reacting? Or am I commanding? If reaction appears, interrupt. Reset. Recenter. Return to the system. This is not optional. It is training. It is reinforcement. It is discipline. Visualization is another tool. Imagine yourself responding with control rather than reacting with emotion. Imagine the situations that trigger others into chaos. See yourself navigating them with deliberate calm. Program your mind to act as the commander. Repetition is required. You will not learn this once and remember it forever. You will train it daily. You will repeat it until it is automatic. Finally, establish environmental rules. Your mind responds to cues. Remove unnecessary distractions. Silence notifications. Control the inputs. Reduce triggers. Increase clarity. Protect your mental space. Systems are not convenience. Systems are power. Power is control. Identify triggers. Write down the top 5 stimuli that make you react impulsively. Social media, email, criticism, interruptions, or self-doubt. This is your first map. Design response rules. For each trigger, decide the exact response before it occurs. Do not improvise. Plan. Commit. I will pause. I will breathe. I will act deliberately. Schedule command blocks. Divide your day into attention zones. Allocate your highest energy to tasks that matter. Protect them. Guard them. Repeat every day. Micro-reflection. Set 3 moments daily to check. Am I reacting? Or am I commanding? Pause and reset if reaction appears. Environmental controls. Silence unnecessary inputs. Remove distractions. Condition your environment to support your system, not your impulses. These 5 steps form your complete system. They are not suggestions. They are directives. Follow them. Repeat them. Apply them consistently. React less. Decide more. Command your mind before it commands you. You have a choice. It's not about avoiding chaos. It's about building discipline. You don't need their permission. Say these aloud. Internalize them. They're the backbone of this chapter. They are the backbone of the transformation. You now understand the first principle. To achieve mental authority, you must stop reacting. You must decide deliberately. You must command your day. You must command your mind. Each action, each pause, each reflection reinforces this authority. Without it, all other skills fail. Without it, all other habits crumble. In the next chapter, you will learn how to take this control and scale it. How to build a mind that operates on systems, not impulses. How to train your mental machine to execute with precision, predictability, and efficiency. You have learned the rule of commanding over reacting. Now you will learn how to program that command into every thought, habit, and decision. Your next step is preparation. Your mind is ready. Your attention is ready. You have a choice. Command it. Chapter 2. Your mind is a machine. Program it. Your mind is not a passive instrument. It is a machine. It operates according to rules. It runs on default settings unless you intervene. Left unchecked, it repeats patterns of distraction, indecision, and inefficiency. That is the natural state. You are not here to accept the default. You are here to program your mind. You are here to design it for efficiency, focus, and output. Effort alone is insufficient. Many people believe that success comes from trying harder. That is false. Trying harder without structure is wasted energy. Success does not reward random effort. Success rewards mental frameworks. Frameworks are rules for thinking. They are systems for decision-making. They are predefined processes that guide your attention, energy, and actions. High performers operate on frameworks. They ask what is essential, what is predictable, what can be automated in thought. Elon Musk blocks his time to assign every task a place. Jeff Bezos evaluates every decision using a high-quality, deliberate choice framework. Warren Buffett limits decisions to what can be evaluated with clarity and data. These are mental programs, not random effort. They prevent wasted energy. They prevent reaction. They prevent chaos. Here is the rule. Your mind operates according to the programs you install. You cannot rely on willpower alone. You cannot rely on inspiration. Willpower fades. Inspiration is fleeting. Programs persist. Programs automate excellence. Programs remove randomness. Programs create authority over thought. You have a choice. Install the programs. Do not leave your mind to chance. Habits are programs. Habits are the software of your mind. Daily actions create automatic responses. These responses shape thinking, focus, and productivity. This is not abstract. It is literal. Every time you act consistently, you write a line of code into your mental operating system. Over time, these lines compile into full programs. Your mind executes them automatically. That is the power of habits. Start with simple, repeatable routines. Journaling each morning programs clarity. Writing down priorities programs focus. Scheduling deliberate focus blocks programs discipline. Planning your day in advance programs execution. Performing these actions consistently wires your brain for control. Consider Elon Musk. He divides his day into 5-minute blocks. Each block is a specific task. Each block is intentional. There is no wasted time. There is no random reaction. He is programming his attention to operate at maximum efficiency. This is the difference between effort and mastery. Effort alone is chaotic. Frameworks and habits create precision. That is the key. Here is the rule. Treat every habit as a line of code in your mind. The action must be consistent. The habit must be repeated. Execution without repetition achieves nothing. Repetition builds permanence. Permanence builds authority. Authority over your mind is your most valuable resource. Repetition is not optional. It is mandatory. Programs do not stick without reinforcement. Your mind is plastic. It adapts. But adaptation requires repetition. One morning of journaling does nothing. One blocked hour of focus does nothing. Consistent, repeated practice rewires your neural pathways. That is the system. That is the rule. Here is your repeated phrase. Your mind learns what you teach it. Say it. Reflect on it. Repeat it with each habit you perform, each focus session, each deliberate action. Your mind is listening. Your mind is learning. Your mind is building its operating system. Do not leave gaps. Gaps weaken the program. Gaps allow old, reactive patterns to reemerge. Discipline is the bridge between intention and automatic execution. Programs that are not reinforced are fragile. Programs that are reinforced daily become unshakable. That is the power of repetition. That is the difference between average and exceptional. Map your mental defaults. Write down the recurring thoughts, reactions, and patterns that limit your performance. This is your mental inventory. Awareness is the first system. Without it, programming is impossible. Design mental frameworks. For each recurring pattern, define a deliberate response. Example: if you feel distracted, schedule a 10-minute focus block. If you feel indecision, consult your decision matrix. The framework replaces reaction with structured action. Install habits as programs. Create 3 to 5 daily habits that support your frameworks. Journaling, time-blocked work, morning reflection. These are your lines of code. Execute consistently. Reinforce daily. Reinforce through repetition. Set fixed points in your day to review performance. Did you follow the framework? Did you execute the habits? Adjust and repeat. Mastery requires daily reinforcement. Environmental alignment. Configure your environment to support your mental programs. Remove distractions. Set cues that trigger desired behavior. Reduce inputs that trigger old, reactive patterns. The environment is part of the system. Your machine must run uninterrupted. This is not optional. This is not a suggestion. These steps create permanent authority over thought. You have a choice. Implement them. Do not debate them. Do not delay. Your mind learns what you teach it. Habits are programs. Programs build authority. You have a choice. It's not about effort. It's about systems. You don't need their permission. Say them aloud. Internalize them. Build them into your daily routines. Repeat them consistently. Let them shape the operating system of your mind. You now understand the principle. Your mind is a machine. It can be programmed. Habits are the software. Frameworks are the operating system. Repetition is the compiler. Without these systems, your attention remains scattered. Without these systems, focus remains reactive. Without these systems, mental authority is impossible. In the next chapter, you will learn how external influence sabotages your programs. You will discover the silent cost of chasing validation and approval. You will learn how to protect the programs you have built and enforce discipline over mental inputs. Commanding your mind internally is necessary, but external forces are relentless. You must defend your system. That is what comes next. Prepare your mind. Prepare your schedule. Prepare your attention. You have a choice. Program it. Protect it. Command it. Chapter 3. The silent cost of chasing validation. Most people live their lives seeking approval. They look for likes. They look for praise. They look for recognition. They wait for others to signal their worth. This is reaction. This is surrender. This is wasted mental energy. Approval is not neutral. It is a drain. It pulls focus from what matters. It hijacks your attention. It directs your actions away from productivity and toward performance for others. You're not here to perform for applause. You are here to create value. You are here to execute with authority. You have a choice. You can chase approval, or you can command your focus. You can surrender to external noise, or you can invest in internal standards. This is the principle of mental sovereignty. This is the discipline that separates the exceptional from the ordinary. Approval is addictive. It triggers chemical responses. It activates the desire for reward. It creates short-term satisfaction, but it comes at a cost. Every time you seek validation, your attention is diverted. Every moment spent worrying about others' opinions is a moment lost from high-value work. Every action influenced by external praise weakens mental control. Successful individuals understand this principle. They do not act to be seen. They do not act to be liked. They act to produce results. They act to solve problems. They act to build systems that generate long-term impact. Jeff Bezos ignored public opinion while building Amazon. Elon Musk ignored ridicule to produce SpaceX and Tesla breakthroughs. They focused on value creation, not applause. Here is the rule. Approval is noise. Value is signal. Repeat it. Internalize it. Every time you feel the pull to seek recognition, say it aloud. Every time you adjust your behavior to please someone else, remind yourself of the truth. Approval is noise. Value is signal. External motivation is fragile. It depends on the actions and reactions of others. It depends on circumstances beyond your control. It is unreliable. Internal motivation is sovereign. It depends on your standards. It depends on your decisions. It is predictable. It is stable. Warren Buffett exemplifies this principle. He has ignored public opinion for decades. He has refused to chase trends, hype, or approval. His decisions are guided by internal standards, by long-term principles, by what he knows produces value. That is the difference between reaction and command. That is the difference between transient recognition and lasting authority. To cultivate internal motivation, you must define your standards. Decide what excellence means to you. Decide what work is worth attention. Decide what behavior reflects mastery. These standards are not negotiable. They are your internal compass. They guide decisions. They guide attention. They guide action. Here is the rule. You do not need their permission. Repeat it. Internalize it. You do not need approval to act. You do not need praise to proceed. You do not need recognition to continue. Your standards are sufficient. Your judgment is sufficient. Your discipline is sufficient. The following system will train your mind to operate under internal validation, not external approval. Daily reflection. At the end of each day, ask, did I act for value or for applause? Write down your observations. Be precise. Be honest. Do not rationalize. Recognition-seeking behavior is subtle. Awareness is the first step toward correction. Approval audit. Identify the top 3 areas where you seek validation. Social media, work interactions, personal relationships. Note how each pursuit impacts focus, productivity, and mental energy. Design a plan to reduce reliance on external signals. Implement it systematically. Internal standards declaration. Write your own criteria for success. Define the actions, behaviors, and outcomes that matter. Repeat them every morning. Repeat them every evening. Repeat them whenever external pressures appear. Make them a program. Install them into your mental operating system. Reinforce through repetition. Each time you feel the pull to adjust for approval, remind yourself, approval is noise. Value is signal. Say it aloud. Repeat it internally. Repeat it until the reflex to seek approval is weaker than the reflex to produce value. This is not optional. This is training. This is a mental system. You have a choice. You can follow distraction and surrender, or you can follow discipline and command. The choice is yours. Approval is noise. Value is signal. Internalize it. Practice it. Live it. External forces are relentless. Approval is everywhere. Notifications, social media, praise, criticism, meetings, conversations. Every interaction is a potential trigger for reaction. Systems are required to defend your focus. Silence unnecessary inputs. Limit exposure to validation triggers. Schedule review sessions for feedback instead of constant monitoring. Build control channels for input. Allow only what is necessary. Protect your attention. Protect your energy. Build a defensive perimeter around your mental programs. This is not convenience. This is discipline. This is authority. Approval is noise. Value is signal. You do not need their permission. Focus on value, not applause. You have a choice. It's not about praise. It's about discipline. Say these aloud. Repeat them consistently. They are the scaffolding of internal motivation. They are the reinforcement of mental sovereignty. They are the guardrails that protect your mind from distraction and external manipulation. You now understand the silent cost of seeking validation. Approval drains attention. Approval hijacks focus. Approval replaces internal standards with external noise. You have learned to cultivate self-validation, to install internal metrics of excellence, and to defend your mind against approval-seeking impulses. In the next chapter, you will learn how to translate these internal standards into actionable systems that consistently produce results. You will learn why systems beat goals. You will learn how to automate performance so that excellence does not rely on willpower or fleeting motivation. Your internal standards are necessary, but they are not sufficient without structure. That is what comes next. Prepare your mind. Audit your behaviors. Guard your attention. You have a choice. Follow approval or follow discipline. Command your focus. Command your results. Chapter 4. Systems beat goals every time. Most people believe success comes from goals. They write lists. They set deadlines. They track metrics. They hope. This is flawed. Goals are outcomes. Outcomes are uncertain. Outcomes depend on variables outside your control. That is risk. That is reaction. That is surrender. Systems are different. Systems are momentum. Systems are rules for action. Systems are processes that operate independently of emotion, willpower, or circumstance. Systems do not wait for inspiration. Systems do not collapse under pressure. Systems execute consistently. They are the engine of performance. This is the principle of predictable success. Goals are outcomes. Systems are momentum. Goals are destinations. Systems are vehicles. You cannot control the destination directly. You can only control the vehicle, the engine, and the path. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, demonstrates this principle. He stacks small, repeatable actions that compound over time. One habit builds on another. Momentum grows. Results are inevitable. Here is the rule. Systems create the life. Goals chase illusions. Repeat it. Internalize it. Stop placing faith in outcomes. Stop measuring worth by completion of arbitrary goals. Measure by adherence to systems, by execution of process, by consistent action. Momentum produces results. Momentum is sustainable. Momentum is authority over your performance. High performers understand this. They focus on repeatable actions, not variable outcomes. They define daily routines. They enforce habits. They remove randomness. They build systems, not wish lists. That is the difference between hope and execution. That is the difference between distraction and mastery. Design your daily system. You now know that systems are superior to goals. The next step is design. Every system must be explicit. Every step must be deliberate. Every action must reinforce the process. Begin by identifying the core areas that generate value. Work, learning, health, relationships. Decide which outcomes matter. Do not chase everything. Focus on what produces compound results. Next, break these outcomes into repeatable actions. Small, simple, consistent actions. Journaling, focus blocks, exercise, reading, planning. Execute these actions daily. They become habits. Habits become programs. Programs become automatic. Your daily system is not a checklist. It is a blueprint. It is the operating system for your life. Follow it strictly. Protect it. Defend it. Repeat. Focus on the process. Results follow. Each morning, define your system. Assign tasks to time blocks. Identify triggers. Remove obstacles. Each evening, review execution. Adjust as necessary. The system is adaptive. It is self-correcting. The system guarantees that your mental energy is aligned with performance. It removes randomness. It eliminates wasted effort. Eliminate friction. Execution is rarely difficult. The difficulty lies in friction. Friction is unnecessary choice. Friction is distraction. Friction is indecision. Every extra choice consumes energy. Every distraction breaks momentum. Every hesitation delays output. You must eliminate friction, simplify decisions, reduce options, automate predictable choices, predecide meals, schedules, and routines, predetermine responses to known triggers, reduce notifications, limit unnecessary interactions, protect your mental bandwidth. The rule is simple. Systems create the life. Goals chase illusions. Repeat it aloud. Internalize it. Build environments that enforce your systems. Build routines that protect focus. Build habits that produce execution. Remove obstacles before they appear. Your systems must operate seamlessly. You must execute without constant correction. That is authority over performance. That is mental discipline applied externally. Practical exercise system. Building your daily system. Identify core outcomes. List 3 to 5 outcomes that produce the highest return on effort. These are your priorities. Break outcomes into repeatable actions. Convert each outcome into 3 to 5 daily actions. Example: if health is a core outcome, actions include exercise, meal prep, hydration, and sleep schedule. Schedule and time block. Assign each action to a specific time. Morning, afternoon, evening. Protect each block. No exceptions. Execution is mandatory. Remove friction. Identify every point of wasted energy. Automate it. Eliminate it. Predecide responses. Reduce choices. Protect mental energy. Review and adjust. At the end of each day, evaluate system adherence. Did actions execute as planned? Did friction appear? Adjust. Repeat. Systems are iterative. They improve through disciplined review. This exercise converts abstract understanding into operational authority. It is not optional. It is mandatory. You have a choice. Follow systems or chase illusions. Follow systems or remain reactive. Chapter 5. Focus like your life depends on it. Attention is the ultimate currency. Everything of value requires attention. Ideas, execution, decisions, relationships, wealth, health, learning. Without attention, nothing manifests. You can have talent. You can have resources. You can have systems. But without focus, it is wasted. High performers understand this principle. They do not multitask blindly. They do not react to every notification. They do not surrender their attention to noise. Bill Gates, for example, blocks entire weeks for think weeks. He isolates himself. He eliminates distraction. He creates uninterrupted work periods. In those periods, ideas compound, strategy forms, and outcomes accelerate. That is focus applied with authority. That is control over the most valuable resource you have, your attention. You have a choice. You can scatter your attention, or you can command it. You can surrender it to the world, or you can protect it like gold. That is the principle. That is the discipline. That is the difference between average and extraordinary. Practical focus techniques. Focus is not abstract. It is actionable. It can be trained. It can be defended. It can be built into systems. Deep work. Schedule blocks of uninterrupted, high-intensity effort. Single task relentlessly. Eliminate notifications. Remove distractions. Execute at full capacity. No partial attention. No reactive interruption. Protect your attention like gold. Single tasking. Focus on one action at a time. Not 2, not 3. 1. Completion before moving to the next. Multitasking is a myth. It dilutes results. It drains energy. Discipline is sequential execution. Repetition. Protect your attention like gold. Digital minimalism. Reduce noise. Limit social media. Silence alerts. Check messages at predetermined times. Prioritize inputs that serve your system. Avoid reactive consumption. This is not convenience. This is defense. Protect your attention like gold. Scheduled mental silence. Build pauses into your day. Reflect. Meditate. Observe thought patterns. Interrupt reaction cycles. Reset your mental clarity. Silence strengthens attention. Repetition reinforces discipline. Protect your attention like gold. These techniques are not suggestions. They are rules. Each one is a lever. Each lever increases the authority you have over your mental state. Each lever reinforces control over your outcomes. Repetition builds habit. Habit builds automatic focus. Automatic focus builds mastery. Train your mind daily. Focus is built. Focus is earned. Focus is defended. Repeat it. Internalize it. Do not rely on willpower alone. Willpower is finite. Habit and structure are infinite. Build micro habits that support deep attention. Build rituals that reinforce clarity. Build mental frameworks that prevent distraction. Morning reflection is one such micro habit. Before you act, ask, where will my attention go today? Evening review is another. After you act, ask, where did my attention drift? Did I defend it? Did I lose control? Adjust accordingly. These small habits accumulate. They reinforce mental structure. They condition the brain. They make focus automatic. Meditation, even 5 minutes per day, strengthens awareness. It strengthens control over impulses. It strengthens the ability to pause before reacting. Discipline is a muscle. Focus is a skill. Both are trained daily. Both are defended consistently. Repetition is the system. The system is your authority. Micro habits compound. Consistent attention blocks, reflection exercises, and deliberate pauses create unbreakable focus. This is not magic. This is physics. Attention, like energy, flows according to your design. If you allow distraction, it will flow into chaos. If you structure it, it will flow into results. Repetition cements it. Focus is built. Focus is earned. Focus is defended. This is the mantra. This is the training. This is the rule. Daily practice converts principle into automatic execution. Practical exercise system, building unbreakable focus. Time block deep work. Schedule 2 uninterrupted sessions daily, 60 to 90 minutes each. No notifications. No interruptions. Single task exclusively. Track adherence. Review daily. Single task execution. During every action, commit fully. Complete before moving to the next task. End multitasking entirely. Habit overrides willpower. Digital audit. Identify all sources of reactive distraction. Silence, remove, or schedule them. Social media, messaging apps, alerts, unneeded emails. Build a controlled input environment. Reflection and pause. 3 micro-pauses daily. Morning, midday, evening. Ask, where's my attention? Am I reactive or deliberate? Adjust, reset, and reinforce. Mini meditation, 5 minutes daily. Observe thoughts. Interrupt impulse-driven reactions. Train the mind to hold attention deliberately. Repeat. Follow these steps without exception. Daily practice compounds. Momentum builds. Systems reinforce execution. Authority over your mind becomes automatic. You have a choice: scatter attention or defend it relentlessly. Focus is built. Focus is earned. Focus is defended. Protect your attention like gold. You have a choice. It's not about distraction. It's about discipline. You don't need their permission to control your mind. Repeat them aloud. Repeat them silently. Build them into your routines. Let them condition your neural pathways. Let them reinforce your authority over mental energy. Environmental controls for focus. Your environment is an extension of your mind. Noise, clutter, and unfiltered input destroy attention. Structure your surroundings. Remove triggers. Optimize for uninterrupted execution. Place cues for correct behavior. Remove cues for reactive behavior. Attention flows where structure exists. Command your space. Command your mind. Protect it. Guard it. Build your fortress of focus. You now understand that attention is your ultimate currency. You have learned to protect it with rules, habits, and systems. You have learned techniques to defend it daily. You have learned that focus is not optional. Focus is built. Focus is earned. Focus is defended. Apply this principle relentlessly. Integrate deep work, single tasking, digital minimalism, and reflection into your daily system. Build micro habits. Reduce friction. Defend your mental energy. Authority over your mind is not granted. It is earned. It is defended daily. You have completed the final chapter. You have the full blueprint. The choice is yours. Scatter your attention and follow distraction, or defend it, build it, and command it with absolute authority. If you want to continue receiving practical, system-driven training that strengthens your mind, your habits, and your focus, subscribe now. Every video on this channel is designed to build your mental operating system step by step. You don't need permission to take control of your life. You don't need permission to command your attention. Subscribe and continue the training. Your focus depends on it.